All right, welcome everyone, Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Skip Beat, episode 9. Good luck.
Yeah.
Just, act a scene that hasn't been written yet.
Yeah.
When you haven't even been properly taught how to act.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
Yep.
But hey, even if we've got a old girl here who's never really had a good childhood, and now is seeing a story that shows that, like, hey, you know what? That childhood, that's totally fine.
It should be totally fine.
It should be great, you know?
In fact, if there are issues, they're probably your fault.
I love the way in which she's upset at all this, because it's very childish, but the subject matter surrounding her upsetness makes so much sense.
Like, if she literally just had a single parent that cared about her, or parent figure, this would not be an issue.
Probably not.
Or at least it'd be able to be resolved much smoother.
So now, Kyoko, like, maybe it's not as important that you act this properly, but that you emotionally connect with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Maria. Yeah.
And to be fair, even though you don't have any acting skills, maybe she knows her stuff well enough that she can kind of guide you through it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. How are you gonna handle this? Yeah. Among many other things that make this impossible, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Blair. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's already going to bat for Kyoko, yeah.
But realistically, she probably can't act well at all.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I mean, she's all right.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was
She's
actually
so
open.
genuine. Huh. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
God. So the president kind of went to bat for her at that point. Yeah.
And
so
because
he has been somewhat of a parent figure for her, but
right, and because the blaming wasn't done overtly, it can't be dealt with overtly. Yeah, but she doesn't trust you.
well, this is kind of that.
And it'll be free.
That's a very good point, yeah.
Just a little.
Yes. I'm doing this to help somebody. Oh.
It's gonna be a slaughter.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right, because it's not just that you have to present it as believable. You have to present it as believable and satisfying. Oh, what is it, boy? What'd you see?
Like, damn, I expected her to be in there for hours.
Right.
Cool. They're both pissed off at that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Yeah. Kick their asses. Those glib talkers.
Oh.
Burn it all to the ground. So y'all need to improv properly, which actually that's going to be pretty impressive to see them. Yep.
Oh, so she's not going to be acting opposite Maria. Wait, so is she also going to have to lead them through this scene that she's making from scratch?
Well, she's going to have the easiest point with the first line, but it's going to be in following up and continuing with this that'll probably be the hard part.
And working with people that are actively antagonistic to you, that's going to be almost impossible.
Yeah, but we're in the land of anime. Nothing
Right.
is impossible.
Exactly. Oh, gotcha. No, she's just the different take on the older sister. Okay. So this girl doesn't have beef with her. That's good.
Yeah.
God.
Damn.
That's... Holy shit. That's soulless.
At the funeral. Right. So they're lying now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are they lying about?
Right. Oh, so multiple sisters. Okay.
I mean, these are just other people, too.
Oh.
Oh. She's just gonna change the tone.
Okay. Okay.
Whoa.
Cool. And that's also...
cool.
This is a great way to showcase how important acting is.
Yeah. Same words.
Nice.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Lie after lie after lie. Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
He kind of gives a mostly true
Right.
kind of thing there. Asking her a question, sure. Yeah. And then he supposes something, which is like
Right.
probably a lie, but similar enough. Oh. Right, and it'll get
Yeah.
dashed again.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. Wow. She's getting to process through this by seeing it happen indirectly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, reverse psychology.
Whoa, that's cool.
I like it.
Instead of he never misses your piano recitals. Oh, and now it's real. Now it's real.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But she's now taking ownership of that.
Right, right.
Oh, and now she's being emotionally vulnerable, like. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Yeah, do you love him? So you should initiate back as well.
Right.
Because you never respond. Wow.
Oh, I love it.
Wow, that's so cool. So you can't say that he hates you then.
Right.
Wow. Oh. Oh.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because then that would give me hope if I,
Yeah.
you know, responded back. Wow. That was really clever, Kyoko. Fuck you!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then start crying, you know?
Uh-huh. And that's why basing thoughts off of something that you overhear someone say is dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking notes. What? No.
I mean, clearly, because I can't make lines on my own, you know?
Okay, okay.
And that is something that an actor would, you know, be able to see.
Right, that's what you started with, completely following the script.
Right. Well, and they'll be able to tell what you're doing because they're professional.
You're a sick genius.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, I am. Oh, she is? No, actually, you made it really impactful here because honestly, this was mostly just about you.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yes, she did it.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah, she JoJo'd her way into this one.
Oh, absolutely.
She planned around their plan with a new plan.
Yes.
All right.
That was great.
And nice quick resolution to everything, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, nice clean resolution to everything.
Yep.
Kyoko pulled off an amazing kind of logic trick here by going, I can't write a script properly here, so I'm going to look at the script that currently exists
And just switch the names.
Switch things at times, and then also play into the beginning part to lead them in so that they will switch with me,
Right.
so that when I'm continuing the initiation, they go, oh, okay, you're just playing it emotionally differently.
Yeah.
So then I'll also respond in similar emotion, or similar words, but different emotion.
Right.
And then when I switch it, you'll then go, oh, okay, now we're switching. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And that works as a simple trick. And it kind of covers it for the fact that she's not an improv actor or artist or what have you. So no, she doesn't know how to actually improv properly.
Not at all.
Doesn't even know how to act properly.
Nope.
But if you can read off the page and know, okay, I get what emotion they're going for with these words here, you can then feed into the opposite side of things and just kind of do a form of negative mimicry where
where you're like, okay, I'm supposed to be upset here, so I guess that's what I'll show. And that doesn't need to be particularly nuanced.
No.
It would need to be nuanced if you were actually making up your own dialogue.
Yes.
Because that's where you'd need to have the deeper understanding in order to actually come up with lines that make sense.
Right.
But given that you don't need that, then you can just sort of be like, I am mad, and saying these things.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of like that this doesn't count as a test, because in a lot of the ways it is a gimmick. It is a gimmick here. We don't really know if she has acting talent.
Nope.
What we know, though, is that she's a really great puzzle solver. At this
Right,
point
exactly.
here, she showed great critical thinking. And that's what needs to be praised here, I would say, in addition to all the other things like her empathy at being able to understand what Maria was going through, her ability to not balk at the face of people like talking down to her.
Yep.
Although, you know, she has that classic protagonist's ego of like, I won't accept free money because I don't want to be a leech here, which is like, I feel like if the story was made 20 years later, she just wouldn't be written that way.
Yeah,
like, she just wouldn't be.
Right.
We've come quite a bit of a ways from the main characters needing to have what I would call, I am so good that I won't even accept gifts from people because then
Because of my hard work. I didn't earn it.
I didn't earn it, and it's just like, oh, fuck off with that nonsense.
Like, no, that's bullshit.
You didn't earn anything in life.
Right.
Like, let's actually go down that train here.
Right.
You and me, we earned nothing. Everything that you are is because of what other people did and chose to be basically putting you into this position where you were born and all that other stuff. Yes, you had some choices and stuff.
Sure.
But most, if not all of your stats, if you will, were predetermined a long time ago.
Nepotism is not some fundamentally unique thing.
No,
it's just
not.
an existing thing that gets dialed up to a level
11.
that's a bit unfair, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, like, and also, acting is not the only skill that's needed from an actor.
Right.
Because it's not actually about how well you act. It's about how well you act to what the person wants, right? The person that's actually doing the casting and stuff. And so looking at the dialogue and being able to then extract from that something evocative that you can then present, that is one of the most crucial skills of an actor. It's not just the ability to actually perform the lines that you're given, right? It's the discernment when you look at the lines. Yeah, it's listening.
It's reading comprehension. It's absorbing direction.
Right.
Yeah.
And you absolutely did that, Kyoko. Even though it was a gimmick, sure, the fact that you were able to look at it and be like, I can't write dialogue. So, oh wait, hang on.
Won't.
Is there a way I could use this? Yes, I could.
Yeah.
I could absolutely, then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this was also a good way to get at the main thing that she was there for, which was to help Maria.
Right.
which she did in a really cool way here. And that's where I think this episode is actually really emotionally mature, because a lot of times in therapy, you need something indirect from your direct situation in order to focus on, so that you can process through and to that.
Right.
Which gives you then the kind of the guiding compass point to where you apply it in your actual real life situation.
It's the moment where you say something that's like some, crushing internal fear, right?
Yeah.
And then the therapist is like, okay, and if that's the case, what next? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh, wait, hang on. And like, because you're so not believing the people that are saying that that's not the case, and it's so terrifying that you cannot accept that it's the case, even though you think it might be. You don't actually then take it to its next step all right, if that's the case, are you okay? Are you going to be all right? What's the worst that happens now, right? Like, Yeah.
In a lot of ways, this was a therapy session just done in public. Really. Like, it's kind of rough that Mario is in such a bad situation that she needed this, like, pronto, like, stat. But the idea that Kyoko comboed that with it is really special. And I think elevates this episode a lot. Because otherwise, it's just watching her kind of decide the way to do it based on kind of the arbitrary talents and abilities and skills that she has, but it's even less of a thing that came from her own experiences, as in a lot of the other ways that things have been solved. Now, I do think that she has some similar parent-child kind of issues that she has to deal with because of the way she was raised, not with family and stuff.
Connection,
So she at least empathically connects with Maria, but in terms of the actual ability here, this is kind of her first unique talent kind of situation here.
Right.
Where she just...
The tea ceremony, it's like, oh, okay, cool. We had an explanation for why that specifically she was able to do, and it made sense.
Right. And this one is just, she listens really intently to what other people need.
Right.
And has often... sacrifice herself in some ways in order to make sure that those people get what they need.
Which, I guess, to an extent...
Which kind of could apply here.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because she did have that set up with Show.
Right.
And then I guess it's just
the fact more subtle that in the way that it's communicated.
Well, and that she would be able to so quickly apply it to someone else and be able to also form the connection with them, where then she would be like, thinking about all of the things of, okay, what does this person need or want or whatever.
Right, because she was also still in the goal of, I want to succeed on this test here. Right. She's like, I do want to become an actress. Like, I do want to become
exactly. And so being
able
able to
this world here.
Right, so being able to knock both things out of the park at the same time is kind of incredible.
Yeah, it's just, she is the protagonist.
Right.
She's going
of course the president is going to be crazy impressed after that. Yeah. Who wouldn't be, right? Yeah.
And so he offers to pay for it. And she turns it down like an idiot. But you know what? Hey, if she can end up paying her way through this, more power to her, because maybe also her paying for it will give her that slightly extra bit of passion and ownership of being like, Show, I'm here. I didn't even get like anybody else like giving me like crazy, like money to get here. I'm not propped up here.
Yeah, this wasn't just because
she did get tons of things set up for her.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's an extra little thing that when she's in her internal motivator like moment talking to the demons within, that she's like, we will not be stopped.
Well, and put another way, indirectly, this is a way to shift her motivation from being about Show to being for herself with regards to show business, because now she has very real debt that she's taking on, regardless of getting revenge on Show, which would involve also,
she can't afford it though. Like she said, because we were able to pay it in installments.
No,
she can't actually afford it.
No, well, I think that she's in the, this is getting me what I want, and so I'm not thinking about it in the long term.
Totally. It would be more financially sound to let him pay for it.
Right.
But I think she's saying that because she's able to pay it in installments, she can actually do it without fundamentally changing her life in any great way.
Maybe I kind of interpreted it as the person that has the credit card that says I can pay for this.
Well, again, that's extrapolating out of the out of the thing here, though, right? Because like she's saying it's gonna be okay because like it's in monthly installments and stuff.
No, right, but like, okay, if you're taking classes for yay amount of time, you're paying for it in installments, but the payments also are going to be ongoing that will also be in installments.
No, totally. But she is still earning money from the job that she works at with the couple. It's not like she doesn't have any income.
Sure.
It's just the thing of that if she was asked to pay X amount up front, it's
that's not
too much.
happening. Yeah,
and because the installments are not defined as to a specific thing, they could literally be 100th every installment, and it's
that's true.
The president is like, yes, you can put the installments in like
right.
We're 1/100th every month or something.
Yeah, we're not charging you any interest on the installments.
Yeah, no, like it's just that you eventually end up paying for it.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's how it works. Yeah.
Right. And again, there's no specifics, so there's nothing to assume as to whether or not it's financially viable to her, other than she says,
sure,
I can do it. So therefore,
yeah,
until proven otherwise,
sure.
Hey, who knows? Maybe literally in an episode or two, she'll be like, oof, in order to get the next installment through, though, I need to work harder, which is struggle to work with my acting. And hey, that could be a part of it. But yeah, Maria was quickly introduced, had her conflict resolved, and now she's just a great character.
Yep.
Like,
and
that was pretty efficient, honestly.
It was very efficient, and with how tragic her backstory was,
yes.
And the like problems presented, there was that part of me that's like, okay, with all the zany vibes that this show has, actually, though, how are we going to resolve this? Because it would be very easy for that to just end up feeling like it's sort of like trivialized or like, we bring up
therapy immediately.
Yeah.
Put that immediately into the veins of the kid,
We say, it's okay, I believe in you, and suddenly all the problems are gone, right? Like that kind of thing.
And then instead we go, no, your dad does hate you. And it's like, stop it. And it's like, and he hates you because this. And it's like, well.
Bringing up all the things that are the,
words you keep inside your head.
The words you keep inside your head so that that way they're actually out there. And then, either you'll buckle and turn into a sobbing mess, which totally could have happened.
That could have
happened, but thankfully, I fully believe that Maria is not the type of person where that would have happened, given how feisty she is.
No, she was kind of characterized in a very straightforward way, and I also think this ties into that, so they were kind of planning around it, is that she's a child actress, so she grew up very quickly. She is extremely opinionated and very like impetulant,
very stubborn and strong-willed.
I think I just said a word wrong, but she's very impetuous, I think is the word. Yeah, she's very.
She's
stubborn,
also petulant, but yes,
petulant. Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
So no, she's not going to be like.
She's not going to buckle.
She's not going to buckle.
Yeah.
No. Now this is probably the only thing that she could have theoretically buckled on. Is that this is a really sore spot
This
for
is
her.
really hitting her
There's
where
a lot
she's
of
weak.
pain here.
Right. But thankfully she didn't.
But instead of running away from this, she went straight to the president and was like, this play fucking sucks. Which is kind of funny if you think about it, because that was giving away the clue of how to solve this. Is that, let's just give her what she wants, but make her have to go through it.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good point. Because it's I hate the dialogue here. This is wrong. It shouldn't go this way. Okay, so I'll take the dialogue that you hate and do this.
And just push it at you. Yeah.
Right, and push it at you. And I guess, even though she didn't know that she would, then step in and all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
But, then it's all right, cool. So clearly the issues that you have with it, that means somewhere you have an idea of how to fix it.
Right.
So I'll just switch things and then
you tell me.
Figure it out. How did it end?
You give me your answer.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, wow, that's really clever. I love it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the episode. Pretty straightforward, all things considered. But hey, I think this is going to lead to a lot more points.
I think it will.
For Kyoko's LME setup here. I think Kanai is now going to have a lot more respect for Kyoko now.
Absolutely. And I was not expecting the president to be involved in a scene that was serious and emotional. Like, really, even as it was happening.
The way he grabbed the dad and he's like, "What? Don't you dare treat her that way." I'm like, hell yeah, president.
Who is this dude that decided to, write into like an audition on a camel? What? Yeah.
Is he actually somewhat caring for Maria? And it's just that she's been so stubborn and so avoidant of this whole thing that
there's not a lot he can do.
He can't really do much more than just give her a safe, generally decent environment.
But I'm gonna bring something up that I think is really important.
Yeah.
As a writing decision that they made that made the adults a lot more competent and, not soulless.
Yeah.
Is the fact that she overheard something that she wasn't supposed to and didn't tell them about it.
Yes, true.
Right? Because then they don't know what the issue is. Right? They're like, we can tell her everything, but she's not accepting it, right? Because there's something that they were attempting to protect her from.
And it became a
self-perpetuating thing.
Yeah.
And that's also why she doesn't bring it up to them, because she's not supposed to know it. So then it can never actually be confronted. Right.
And then she has immediately so much evidence that they're lying to her.
Right, because
from her perspective, that she then even more so reinforces the idea that I can't trust them and share what I know.
Yep.
So.
And so, you're screwed.
You're really screwed, yeah. But again, like you were saying, if you overhear something and it immediately makes you like hate or revile somebody or what have you, take what you heard. And verify, right? And go do your due diligence,
because it could totally be as bad as you think it is, right? So don't dismiss it for sure,
right?
But
don't immediately change your life around it,
right? Like do things to confirm that you have a proper understanding of it.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
because it's amazing what story or no, let's be direct here. It's amazing how a story can change. By just the tone of voice of the words being delivered.
Right, by that little bit of context.
I cannot tell you how often memory screws you over.
Yes,
screws me over.
Holy shit.
Where you then change the tone of someone's words because that's exactly what you thought you heard and you didn't actually hear that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it happened to me many times.
Or that is
many times
what you heard, but the thing that you associate with that is not what they associate with it.
Certainly.
They say something in a slightly short way because, God damn it, they're tired, And you think you hate me and you wish I was dead, right? Like that can,
Communication is far and above the nonverbal things. Therefore, when you hear something and it immediately makes you go, what the fuck? Maybe
overtly communicate
that
clarification.
That was a little bit strange and you need some clarification there.
And that is why I am a serial over-communicator.
And even if you're not an over-communicator, because I don't think people should only rely on that tool.
Sure.
I think one of the things that we all should be is serial questioners.
Okay, yeah.
And ask fucking questions.
And then listen.
Well, yes, definitely. That's if you don't listen, you can't.
Right, because
right.
But if Mario was in a situation where you then question it, but you've already made it up in your mind of what it is, so then you don't actually then allow yourself to trust the responses that they give or things like that.
Totally.
Yeah, it's all right, well.
Yeah. If you don't have the capacity to ask a genuine question, you failed as a human being. I'm sorry. That's you need to go back to square one.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. We have way bigger problems than your communication issues.
Just had to go back to the beginning.
I am. So I'll stay.
Yep.
I'll never move. Okay. Well, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the full-length reaction and discussion, or if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.